Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Outdoor Builders podcast.
Let's go.
We have Bruno, the Outdoor Builder, with us again. My name is Daniel Aviles. Bruno, how's your week going so far?
It's going great, man. We had a pool. We had a pool install on Monday. We had 50 yards installed yesterday, and we just passed an inspection today. So it's like we have things going and flowing, which is great.
So light work,
Yes.
and you're not even sweating.
Oh no. We're halfway there on the week, and still have 2 more days to go, and
Yeah, right.
a bunch of projects should close this week. But how are you? How's
Good.
everything?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. It's a heat wave
Yeah,
in the
I
Bay
heard that.
Area right now.
Yeah, I heard
If you notice us, we don't have
Dude,
a makeup
rained.
department.
It
so
rained. It rained on Friday, right?
It rained. Yeah, it drizzled Friday. We have a heat wave today. There was an earthquake today, a small one, like a 2.4 in Piedmont or something
Wow.
like that, like in 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or something
Wow.
like that. So,
And they say there's no global warming.
yeah, right. Jeez, man.
Nothing wrong with global warming. Okay.
Yeah, right. Anyways, today is everything that I feel like everything we talk about is a very important topic,
Yes.
right? Today is probably one of the most important topics that we could
Yeah.
probably talk about.
I'll say everything we talk is very important.
Correct.
But this is, I agree with you. It's something that will help you grow your business, will help you along the way.
And most contractors who are starting out
Yeah.
typically don't think about this.
They don't.
Right?
Yeah. This is very important. This
Very
right
important.
here, dude. It's gold information. And if you're a contractor, you must watch this all the way to the end and you're going to understand what it is.
Especially if you are starting out.
Especially if you're starting out.
It's going to help you expand
Yes.
your mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about networking.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you define, what do you consider networking, Bruno?
Networking it's basically you understanding that you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself with all the knowledge that you have. You do need people around you that can help you. So, and how do you determine who those people are? It's like connect with the right people that's working inside what you're trying to do, but they're there for a longer time. So they have the experience and they've been through a lot of things. And today they try to show it to you how important it is for you to understand that if you don't have anybody that can help you step by step, if you don't have anybody that can guide you, you're going to commit the same mistakes they did. So I do have a lot, I don't call them kids because they're like all grown up people, but it's like I do have a lot of people that I mentored today. And they understood early on. It's like, listen, guys, if you don't have anybody next to you helping you by giving you the advice and guiding you what you do daily, what you do with projects and situations that rise up, like you're gonna fail, and that's gonna be bad. That's gonna push you back, a year, 2 years, sometimes even 10 years. So networking is probably the most important thing that I have today, and that's what I tell the people that I talk to.
See, and I feel like, and I've heard, right, from contractors who are starting out, and even like, let's say for example, when you do your Instagram lives and you do questions and Q&As and stuff like that, there's a lot of questions from contractors who are starting out.
Yeah.
And that's great because they're looking for somebody who has more experience, right? However, I feel like a lot of the times contractors who just start out in this industry, they're kind of like, I'm coming in, I'm taking over, I'm going to run everybody out of business.
Yeah, dude,
you're my enemy, you're my competitor, I'm going to run you out, I'm going to run you out.
Yes.
And I've heard you in previous podcasts mention like, hey, like there's enough jobs out there for everybody.
That's what I try to remind everyone, dude. Like, listen, dude. If you're starting today, if you think like I'm this new guy that knows everything, that I have a secret method that no one has, that no one knows, and I'm going to just outgrow everyone. Like I'm just going to be the greatest company. I'm sorry you won't, because you need people in order for you to keep growing. So when I do interviews like I do with, the lives every Wednesday, we have one every Wednesday with people that's, doing great in business. Some of those people, they started doing COVID. Why? Because the demand was so high. And they decided to start a business because people were paying what they're asking for. Check this out. A lot of the contractors, a lot of the companies that starts, it will fail within 5 years. Like it will close, shut down, everything within 5 years. And people think, it's because they didn't know how to manage. Yes, that can be true. But the key, most important thing is people think that they know everything. And that's the biggest mistake that a contractor or someone that's starting a business today can think. Oh, you know what? I do pergolas for a company and I'm the best one doing all the pergolas. But check this out. I'm going to start my own business. Now I'm going to charge more than they're charged because they're charging $20,000 for a pergola that I charged them 12. They're making $8,000 on me. Oh, this is messed up. Wait a minute. Someone paved the way for that company to get to that place.
Correct.
So you can't just expect it. You're starting today. You're going to be able to start and making that big buck all the way up there where it's like, wait a minute. You work for a company that's over 20 years old and you think you can be better than them? No, dude, you won't. You need help. You need people that can help you. And once you start your business, now you understand how important the network it is for you to get access to not only jobs, but like to products. During COVID, I mentioned to you the other day, during COVID, everything was shut down, right?
Yeah.
It's like all the suppliers said, oh, we don't have anything. The manufacturer shut down. They're not producing any pavers. They're not doing none of that stuff. But because of the network that I had, I had a contact inside Belgard manufacturer. I called my boy up. I was like, hey, dude, what's going on there? Yeah, everything shut down, Bruno. Could you please put my name there, whenever you guys are back on production, like just the material that I need. And then like 2 weeks later, he called me, hey, we're going to produce today. Just make sure you place your order because I can't buy directly from the manufacturer, but I can buy through a dealer, right?
Yeah.
So because I called the manufacturer guy that I had a contact in there, he was able to like put my order in front. And then when I placed the order, the manufacturer had a order set up for Bruno, our company. And then I called my supplier, hey, I need to place the order with pavers. The pavers it's ready for pickup. I'm going to send my guys out there to pick up at the manufacturer. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. It's going to take us at least 4 to 6 weeks before we can get a hands of anything. I'm like, you sure about that? Yes. All right, can you call this number? So they called in, the manufacturer, and fair enough, was there. Yeah, this material is being ready. You can send the people and pick it up. And then the supplier was like, how do you do that? And I was like, it is the networking that I created throughout the years, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you build network? It's natural.
Very important.
It's very natural. Very important.
Very important. Because it's important to say, okay, I need to build a network.
Exactly.
But how do you build a network? How do you, Bruno, the outdoor builder, build your network?
The best and the easiest thing for you to do is build a network through trade shows.
Okay.
We have a Hardscape of America happening in Kentucky in 2 or 3 weeks from now. Unfortunately, I'm not going this year. I got a lot going on. But it's like I go there and I meet all the manufacturers. All the big bosses, they're out there on those trade shows. Hardscape of America is one of the best trade shows you can go. World of Concrete is one of the greatest ones too in America. It happens in Vegas every January. So there's so many things that you got to be plugged in. When you just focus on work, you're not going to have time to make money. By not making money, you don't have time to make any networking, right? That's the step. You're networking, you make money, you get jobs. Now, if you're just working, it's the reverse. You don't have time for none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it starts with the networking because that connection connects you with a contractor, connects you with someone, right? For example, my suppliers, we buy from a bunch of different suppliers in the Bay. They give us golf tournaments. Why you play golf? Because I like the game? Yeah, I'm starting to like now. Don't judge me. Starting to like now. I play okay.
You could like it.
Yeah. But that's not the main point.
Yeah.
I'm not just going there to hit balls. I'm going there to really,
to network,
to connect with people, to like talk with people. And it's like today, I'm fortunate enough to have the business running, even if I'm not presenting on the job site. I have project manager and I have a team that does that, right? Meanwhile, I'm selling jobs. I'm connecting with people. I'm just, doing podcasts. I'm doing interviews. I'm doing like all this networking because that's the most important thing for you to have in the business. Once you have the networking and you need something, that's when it pays off, right? Whenever people needs me, it becomes an alliance, if I could say that, right? Because whenever someone, hey, Bruno, dude, my tractor broke. Is there any way you can help me with this? And it's like, sure, bro. I have 2-3 extra tractors here. I'll send on your way. And it's like that moment that people realize, the money is not that important anymore. It's like knowing that you can count on someone. Yeah. It's very important. Like a guy that I work with him 15 years. I'm just going to disclose your number here. This just happened today. I brought him into a job site and where the client wants to do an ADU. I was like, hey, dude, I don't have time to build this ADU. Why don't you just go ahead and bid on this and then I'll bid on top. So he gave me a price of $215K, $213K, something like that to build an ADU. And I was like, is this your number? Yes. Can I charge the client on top? He's like, yeah, go ahead. Just do whatever. How much you think I can charge her? And he was like, $225, $230 at the most. Don't do more than that, otherwise she won't do it. I charged the lady at $250. She said, I'll close for $245. So I closed at $245, gave him the contract. And then and he was like, bro, you were able to make another 25, 30K on top of what I gave you? That's insane. That's really good. Congratulations. I went ahead. I was like, here, it's actually 10 grand because you gave me the opportunity to do this. Because then I made 20 grand just by talking with the client.
Yeah.
So check this out. If I didn't have that network, I was never going to be able to have access to jobs like that where people trust me enough to understand. It's like, you know what? I know you. I seen your work. And if you're telling me this is the number, great. And both wins, right? The client is paying a little more because she wants
It's still
my
fair.
work.
It's a fair market value.
She wants me to do the job.
Correct.
She wants my name there to do the job. I have a friend of mine that I work with him for 15 years. It's like, dude, the contract is yours. How much you want for it? I was able to make more money. So it's like, that's my sales commission, to cover my time, to cover, everything that I do. And that's how I made 20 grand just by talking with someone for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So the networking that you create will give you more opportunities into larger scale things, but it takes time. It does take time. It's not going to be one thing in the morning that you wake up. It's like, oh, great. I made 200K. It's going to take some time.
Couple important things here, right?
Yeah.
Networking is kind of like cultivating a friendship, right? And if me and you are friends, and I'm always calling you and asking you for favors, just ask. Bruno, when you gonna take me out to dinner?
Yeah.
Bruno, when the blah blah blah. Bruno, how about this? How about that? You get a little strained in that relationship, right?
Yeah.
The relationship, the networking has to go both ways, right?
Both ways.
People are like, if once you start building your network, people are gonna call you, and you have to plumb through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So my grandpa used to say, like, you should close deal with the hair of the beard. That's what he says. It's like meaning like I'm a man of my word.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was
what,
about to say.
Yeah, that's
these
something
Brazilian sayings sometimes, man, a little out there.
It's a Brazilian thing. It's a Brazilian thing. But what he used to say, what he meant by that, it was like, if you gave your word, dude, you gotta come through. You better come through. Like, I believe in your word, And then, of course, life happens, emergency happens, and things like that happen. So you don't need to be on a constant pressure by someone. Hey, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do that. Because that way, it's like you become a problem resolver for someone that's not really resolving any of your problems.
Yeah.
Your situations in this case, right? You don't resolve problems, you resolve situations. But it got to be both ways, like you said. It cannot be just a one-way stream type of thing. So I can be here talking about all the great things, all the great connections that I built. All right, I'll give one out of this topic. I was in Paris one day with my wife celebrating our anniversary.
Okay.
In Paris, let's go. And then I had a friend, a very well-known guy, played for the NBA. It's like, hey, bro, I'm over here in Paris, and man, just wondering, do you know anybody that can sell me a ticket? I want to go and watch Paris Saint-Germain against Real Madrid on a
Champions League
quarterfinal Champions League. It's like it's been every kid's dream in Brazil, and I'm very sure a lot of Latino guys are like, yeah, I want to see that. The minute I called him, he was like, yeah, let me check with Ney. I was like, all right, who's Ney? And then I started to realize it was Neymar. So he was able to connect me to watch Neymar. A game on front row seat, Champions League quarterfinal, with Neymar's family and all his friends, at Parc des Princes in Paris. Wow. So it's like, if I would have paid for that, dude, easy over 20,000 euros.
If you could even buy a ticket in Neymar's section, right?
Yes, right. So, but because of networking, this is just one of the examples that I'm trying to give it to you guys here. Is that like networking, knowing people, and being connected with people, it pays off in the long run, right? The same way, like I helped this guy so many times with different things too, right? One day he went to Brazil and he parked his car at the SFO airport. The car was there on the hourly park for 30 days. He calls me, oh, Bruno, can you help me, dude? I was like, what's going on? I parked my car at the airport SFO. I'm not coming back. Can you just go and move the car? I'll pay you. Just go there and move the car. So I went there to remove the car. It's like $1,900 because he left the car on the hourly parking, right? $1,900 for like almost 30 days. After that, it takes the car and tow the car to someone else. But all to say that networking goes both ways, right? You can't just expect it to receive something from someone, and you can't just be doing it. It
has to go both ways.
It got to be both ways, right? So networking is one of the keys of growing your business, growing the people that you have around you. And sometimes not even business related. It could be anything else. Like I have a really good friend of mine. He does sell cars, right? He has a dealer car. The other day I was like, hey, dude, I have a guy here, brand new worker. He needs a truck. All right, Bruno, I got you. Let me see what I can get you. He got a truck for the guy. I connect him. So he made a sale. My guy purchased the car from him. He was happy. Both of them were happy. Great. I connect them. Now, when I need something, oh, dude, I got something going on at DMV. Can you help me with this? Right away. He came in, like, yeah, I'll help you. What's going on? Because he goes to the DMV every day. I don't have time to go to the DMV. So he went there and he fixed a bunch of problems that I had. So you never know when you're going to need that networking. And don't do it expecting something back.
Correct.
Don't do it expecting something back. Otherwise, you're always like, oh, I did this for that guy. He never helped me with anything.
So in this short amount of period that we've talked right now,
Yeah.
we went over different types of networking,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's networking with other contractors.
Suppliers, contractors.
Right?
Yeah.
Networking with suppliers,
Yeah.
right? Networking with manufacturers. And then also, I also feel it's kind of similar to networking, but also networking with customers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes your customers can be a plug-in to something bigger,
Yeah.
right? A bigger project. Hey, you know what? My cousin works at X
Exactly.
factory and they're looking to do their backyard.
Exactly.
My neighbor is looking to do his backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you always, again, it's always give and take. So what we do here at Empire Pavers, we say, hey, listen, you refer us, we give you a little bit of cash on the side, you would give your friend a discount, all that stuff.
You can say it's $500, dude. $500 just to refer a friend. And then if that person ends up signing the job, you get $500.
Yeah.
Right. So one thing that I did and I trained with you guys is that, listen, we can have multiple salespeople without having to pay them actual salary.
Correct.
Like we have a lot of people that refers us because they know they'll get that $500. So now imagine you pay them well. Oh, $500, a lot of money. Yeah, I don't care. It's like you pay them well. That motivates them. You know what? I might do some extra cash on the side on the weekend. You're just calling friends.
I told a customer who was wanting to go ahead and do a barbecue island and pergola. I said, hey, all you need is about like 10 friends.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get this covered for you.
Yeah, but exactly what it is, right? So it's like once you have that networking of like customers referring you to another customer, it's a never-ending process, you know? Yeah. I have clients that calls me today, jobs that I did 10 years ago, dude, 12 years ago. Hey, Bruno, are you still in the industry? Like, of course I'm still in the industry. Yeah. How can I help you? Oh, I'm ready. I bought a new house, or my cousin bought a house, or my mom needs. So it's always like that, you know, the connection that I create throughout the years, and networking was the key to have the success we have today. So
if I want to connect with my manufacturer, let's say, for example, if I'm a paver installer and I buy Belgard products, how do I begin networking with them?
That's good. That's a good question. A lot of people feel like, how do I connect with, Belgard, for example? That's what we use here a lot, of Calstone. I mean, Belgard became Calstone.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Here's what you do. There's a number of the manufacturer. You call them in. Hey, I'm trying to buy some pavers, and then they're going to connect with the local dealers. You're never going to be able to go directly to them unless if you go through a dealer, right? So now you have a local dealer that you talk with. And then you tell that local dealer, listen, like we have this showroom right here where we record. Everything that's here was given for free, like meaning not free because we paid for a lot of the products throughout the years. Yeah. But it's like it's a way of them returning back some of the money that we spend with them, that we invest into their products. So once you talk with the dealer is going to be able to talk to you about products and all that. And then every dealer does have a rep from the manufacturer. That's when it's
an area rep, a local rep.
A local area rep. So that's when you talk to them and you're like, hey, listen, is that okay if your rep come over to my office? Or is that anywhere that I can meet with the rep so we can go over, products and things like that? And they'll definitely say, yes, for sure, definitely. Brochures and samples and things like that, they always have that on them. So it's good for you to have it with you every time you present that to the client. But how do you get there? Usually through the dealers. If not through the dealers, through the actual manufacturer rep that works in your area, right? Simple.
And then, you mentioned trade shows, right? And you mentioned the Hardscapes of North America, HNA, right? But there's also smaller local ones, right? There are, for example, here in the Bay Area, there's home and garden shows.
Home and garden shows, very, very, very good place for you to go to. There's look at your local fairs and events that you have, trade shows that you have. Home and garden shows are the best ones for you to present yourself and show what you.
And there you can meet other contractors. There you can meet people who install garage doors, who install AC,
Yeah.
who install anything else, right?
Yeah.
And then they could become referrals for you, and you could become referrals for them.
Both ways. Again, both ways. That's how the networking starts. On the trade shows, you're going to meet with a lot of people. I had this very, very smart guy, very, very smart guy. There was a trade show for, I think it was hair product or something like that. It was like a beauty thing, trade show. And he was a landscaper. And then he sat a landscaper booth doing the hair trade show. And everyone's like, this guy's crazy. Why is it doing, like, it's a hair trade show. Why is it placing a landscape booth on a hair show? Guess who was the only one there that talks about landscape? And now you have over 20,000 people walking by that booth like, oh, this guy messed up. What's the company name again? And then one day, they're going to talk about it. Hey, I remember this guy. Yeah, we had a trade show. This guy was there, right? This guy became the highlight of the event. Why? Because he was the only one. Apparently, he signed up for the wrong date for the trade show.
Oh, no.
But ended up being a really good thing for him. So now what he does is like whenever there is, now they stop with that now. But early in the days, no one cares. As long as you pay, you can show whatever you want.
You show up, yeah.
But now it's like, no, you got to be inside the segment in order for you to have a booth here. But that was a really good marketing strategy that happened by a mistake. Right, but he created a lot of networking in that region. You go to a hair salon, you have a landscaper card or someone there. Even though the lady's just doing the hair, whoever's going there, the man's cutting his hair is like, oh yeah, I need some landscape. But that he was able to connect with a lot of people that has a business, a hair salon business, and he just asked them, just leave my card there. If someone calls you, I'll give you $200 for each client that I close. Yeah. So that was a brilliant idea of marketing. So you got to always think outside the box of how you can connect with people and how you can expose and just show your company, show yourself as much as you can.
And then, even then, like, let's say, for example, there are local chapters of like I'm probably going to butcher it, the IASPCA,
something like that.
Stuff like that, the hardscape stuff in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
There's bigger stuff out there, PCBC, IBS, International Builders Show, all that stuff. Like, there's so many ways that you could get out there and expose yourself to other people, right?
Yeah.
And expose yourself to other contractors who could possibly give you more jobs, expose yourself to other people in your industry, which we talked about, right? Yeah. Where it becomes a mentor program where you could, if you have questions, they could ask you, or vice versa. You could become a mentor to somebody else. So very, very important. Networking is probably going to...
Yeah, one of the keys to keep you in the business. So like I said, I have contractors that calls me the last 10 years, and once you have that, I have a number now. Each contract, how much they'll bring it to me in revenue a year. So if I have a number to hit, let's say if those contractors come by, will bring me in about $1 million by the end of the year, right? So $1 million, and let's say my goal is 10 million for the year. So now I gotta just worry about 9 million because I know $1 million is coming from those guys anyways, based on the numbers that previous years was happening through them, right?
And one thing for you guys to learn, I feel it's always important about Bruno, is when somebody invites him to go do something, he always says yes.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, let's go play golf. He'll go.
Yeah.
Let's go to a hockey game.
Yeah.
Bruno doesn't know hockey, doesn't know the rules, but he'll go.
Yeah.
Baseball games, whatever it is, you're there because you know there's other people there for you to be networking with.
And that's the networking, right? Because when we're going there, sponsored by the manufacturer. Okay, great, thank you, manufacturer. But my main goal is to connect with the other people they invited. Yeah. Because if they invited those people, that means they mean something to them. That means they're doing well. That means they're selling a lot of products. That means they're buying a lot of products. So it's like, great, let's connect with those people because it seems like they're doing well.
And use those events for what they're meant for networking.
Yeah.
It's not a let's see who can drink the most beers competition.
No, dude, it's like you don't want to make yourself a fool, right?
Correct.
You want to like show yourself as someone that's this guy's kind of cool. We can kick, we can just hang, or whatever.
But he means business. We could count on him if we need something. We could count on him.
Yeah, and that's the main thing.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you for another episode. Check out his socials, Bruno the Outdoor Builder. He does an Instagram live every Wednesday with another expert in the industry.
Yep.
So check it out at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. every Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys, and we'll go ahead and see each other next week.
See you. Thank you.